Hello lovely people, welcome back to Really Good Crochet and the second part of the how to make the Firefly shawl, and we're on to how to make the border. Once you have done 62 rows, or as many rows as you want your the size you want your shawl to be, and that's ending on a single crochet row before you start your border, then you would then move on to uh, getting your border started. So once you've done a row 8 or a row 10 basically, so you've got your single crochet row done and you want to make a start on your border. Now obviously this is just a sample size, this isn't the full size piece, but it'll allow me to show you how to make the border. So you get to the end of that row, and then instead of making a chain 4, make a chain of 1 and then turn. And you would start by making a single crochet back into that single crochet that you've just made there. And then you would chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then you would skip 3 stitches, sorry. So you would skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3. And then you would make a single crochet into the 4th stitch. And then you're going to do that again. So chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3. And into the 4th stitch, make a single crochet. And that's what you're going to repeat all the way down the row. So let's do that again. Chain 3, skip 3, and make a single crochet into the 4th stitch. Now remember, if you want to slow me down, then you can do so using the cogwheel, which is in the top right hand corner if you're watching via your mobile phone, and the bottom right hand corner if you're watching via your laptop. So chain 3, skip 3, and make a single crochet into the 4th. Chain 3, skip 3, and make a single crochet into the 4th. And you're going to do that all the way down the row until you get to your 2 chain space, and I'll show you what you do when you get there. Okay, so once you get to that double crochet, that last double crochet, instead of making the single crochet into the double crochet at the end, make the single crochet into the 2 chain space. Where it's a single crochet, chain 2 single crochet, then chain 2, and make another single crochet straight back into that space. Then chain 3, skip 3 stitches and make a single crochet into that 4th stitch, chain 3, skip 3 stitches, make a single crochet into the 4th, chain 3, skip 3 stitches, make a single crochet into the 4th, and you're going to carry on like that until you get down to the bottom of the row, and I'll show you what you do when you get down to the bottom of the row. Once you get down to the bottom of the row, pop your single crochet in up at the single crochet at the end of that row there, and now you're going to turn this around lengthways. So you're going to be working along the raw edge of the length of your shawl, because we don't leave that unworked. We're just going to be working a very simple single crochet picot type situation. So chain 1 and then into that chain area there, make 1 single crochet, and then anywhere that you can work a single crochet where the double crochet, where the join of the double crochets, where they meet there at the bottom, make a single crochet anywhere that you can make a single crochet down there, make 1 there, then chain 2 and make another 1. And in that chain space there, make a single crochet, then where the double crochets join there, work a single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and in the chain space there, work another single crochet. And that's how we're going to be working that down this, along this row here. This is going to count as a row just for this turn. We're not going to be doing anything further to this edge once we've worked these single crochet. So where these double crochet meet, you're working a single crochet, a chain 2, and then another single crochet, and then into this space, the space next to it, I think it's kind of a chain space, you're making one single crochet. And we'll just work those together so that you get a good idea of how this works along here, because obviously we're going to quite soon be coming up to this middle bit here, and you're going to want to know how to work that. So just keep working those all the way down. It just means that rather than having a slightly raw, undefined edge along here, right, there we go, it'll look a little bit more interesting. Okay, so you've worked as far up as that first semicircle of double crochet, so we're going to work one single crochet along the double crochet there. Then we're going to work one single crochet at the bottom, chain 2, single crochet, then single crochet, then single crochet twice in the middle here. Now I ummed and ahed about putting a picot in the middle here, and I opted not to. I opted just to put 3 single crochet in the middle here, because that just seemed to work out slightly better with my tension. You might want to play with putting like a little picot in the middle there. It's not an obligation. It just depends on what kind of tension that you've got. Right, and then one single crochet there. And then we can start to add the picots again. So at the bottom here, where they're joining, okay, focus, that's it. Right, it's slightly less defined here for putting a picot in, but just wherever looks about right when you get to this point here. Then another single crochet. Picot. Now it may be that with your tension you'll be able to put 2 single crochet in along these points here, but you don't want to make this too, you don't want to overstitch. So just find where the balance is. Find where the balance is for yourself. It may be that you can do 2. You'll need to do 2 single crochet at that point. I find that 1 for me works more than enough. That anything more than that, it is overstitching, especially once you take the single crochets and the chains in the picots into account. And that's it. Nearly there. And hopefully you can see where I'm putting them in, and that should give you a fair idea of what it is that you're looking for when you come to do yours. That's it. And it is best to do it at this point rather than at the end, because that way you can work it in the round, and rather than having 2 or 3 rows of border built up before you do your peacoat, makes it look slightly uneven, I find, or I have found. So it's better to do it this way round. Ooh, here we go. And then slip stitch into the first single crochet of the chain from the round below. Okay, so now you've got that done and out of the way, we can get on with the last couple of rows of the border around the rest of this before you can then give this a wet block or a quick steam block. So, chain 5. And you can either make a single crochet around the chain or make a single crochet into the chain. It's entirely up to yourself. I just find it holds better in the chain rather than around the chain. And chain 5. And you're working it into that very first chain. Skip over that single crochet there. So skip over that single crochet and into this chain here. And as I say, either work it into the chain or around the chain. Oop. Chain 5. Skip over that single crochet and make your single crochet either around the chain or into the chain. And you're going to do that all the way down to the bottom of the row, and then I'll show you what we're going to do once we get down to the bottom of the row. Right, so I've worked my way up the row and I've now come up to the chain 2 space. So what I want to do, once I've pulled that up a little bit so I can see where I am properly. There we go. So it's a small space, sometimes it gets pulled right in. That's it. There it is. Okay, so single crochet into that chain 2 space, then chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, straight back into that chain 2 space, then chain 5 again, and you want to hop over that single crochet there and come into this chain space here and make a single crochet either into the chain or around the chain. Then chain 5, skip over that single crochet there and make a single crochet either into or around the chain. Chain 5, skip over the single crochet and make a single crochet either into or around the chain, and keep working like that all the way down to the bottom of the row, and I'll meet you down at the bottom of the row. Okay, so when you get up to the end here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you've got this one chain left here, but what we need to do is we need to mimic what we did on the other side. So into this chain here, make a single crochet or make a single crochet around the chain, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again, and slip stitch into the corner there, so that we've mimicked what we've done on the other side as well. And then chain 1 and turn. Not much more to do now. Now, chain 3, make a single crochet into or around the chain, chain 3. Now, into the single crochet, you're going to make a puff stitch. It's going to be just 2 yarn overs, so nothing very exciting or extravagant, but just a 2 yarn over puff stitch. So yarn over into the single crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop once, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over into the stitch, pull up a loop, 5 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 4 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, chain 3, and single crochet into or around the middle of that chain there, and chain 3, and then into that single crochet you're going to make a puff stitch. So yarn over into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop there, that's 3 loops on the hook, then yarn over into the stitch, pull up a loop, that's 5 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 4 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, chain 3. Make a single crochet into or around that chain, roughly in the middle, chain 3. And once again you're going to make a puff stitch into that single crochet just there. So yarn over the hook into the stitch, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over into the stitch, pull up a loop, that's 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 4 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, chain 3, make a single crochet into or around that chain, chain 3, and yes, you guessed it, we're going to make a puff stitch into that single crochet. So yarn over into the stitch, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over into the stitch, pull up a loop, 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 4 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, chain 3, and then anchor that down with a single crochet into or around that chain. And that's how you're going to continue all the way down your row, and I will meet you once you get down to the bottom of the row so that I can talk you through how we're going to do that. Okay, so I'm coming up to this corner now, this little chain 5 here. So I've done a single crochet into that chain. Now I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains, and then into this chain here I'm going to do a bigger puff in here. I'm going to make a 4 yarn over puff. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then single crochet into that chain there. And then chain 3, 2, 3, and then you're going to make a 2 yarn over puff into that single crochet there. So yarn over once, yarn over twice, yarn over, pull through 6, yarn over, pull through 4, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet into or around that chain, chain 3, you're going to make your puff into the single crochet, and you're going to carry on with that pattern down to the end of the row, and I'll show you how we'll finish when we get down to the end of the row. Okay, so I've just made that very last puff. Now chain 3, then I'm going to slip stitch into that single crochet in there. Then I'm going to cut my yarn, leaving a nice long tail to weave in, pull up, out and tight, and then that's ready for me to weave those 2 ends in, and I can now go away and get that steamed. And then once that's steamed, that lace border will sit nice and tidily as well. I'll do a separate tutorial for tassels if you would like to add tassels to your shawl, but I hope that you do enjoy making your Firefly shawl. It really is a beautiful, comfortable shawl to wear. I'm going to go off and add a couple of little straps at either end to this so that I've got a cute headscarf. Anyway, I hope that you have a lovely weekend, lovely people. There will be a bonus stitch tutorial the middle of this week, so watch out for that later on. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.